Hi and welcome back to the channel. If you have an appetite for some legal news and entertainment this morning, you might want to get a piece of this. Because Wales Online reports about a pizza shop owner who had to go through someone's bin to find evidence that the customer had in fact received the food that they reported to Deliveroo wasn't delivered, and then Deliveroo gave them a refund. The owner went through the bin to find evidence because this harms his business, because he loses hundreds of pounds a week, because people fraudulently claim that they didn't receive the food, and then companies like Deliveroo just give the customer the money back and side with the customer rather than the business owner. The pizza shop owner confronted the customer, both at the front door but then by message afterwards, demanding an apology letter, which he did get, which I will link in the description below to the article that I've read. And then he shared this on Facebook to raise awareness of such fraudulent activity because it damages businesses. Now, I've had exactly this problem many times over the years with my own business because I've had customers making fraudulent complaints to the card companies, claiming they didn't receive something, claiming it was the wrong size and all sorts of things. And the card companies very often will side with the customer and give them the money back. However, what most people don't realize is this is actually outright fraud. Because if someone says that they didn't receive something, when in fact they did, and there's evidence that they did, there's a delivery note and a signature and any other type of proof of delivery that proves that this customer received those goods, then by telling the card company that they didn't receive it in order to get a refund is simply outright fraud. One such example from a business that I own that supplies construction materials some years ago, the customer claimed that the products were not of satisfactory quality. Now, this was a business-to-business arrangement, so it doesn't engage the Consumer Rights Act, but being a business trying to keep customers happy, we decided to ship another consignment of goods. However, on receipt of those, he made the same complaint again, said that these weren't up to standard, wanted the money back, and wanted money for labour and skips for throwing the goods away. However, we didn't believe for a moment that these goods were not up to standard, let alone twice. So we set about finding out whether this customer had in fact used these products. So it turns out he was running a property renovation company, and of course we had the address because that's where we sent the goods to. But by this point, those properties had been completed. So we took a look at the website and the brochure and everything else advertising these properties, and sure enough, it was our products that were being used inside these properties. But it didn't end there. This chap actually filed a claim in court against us for the full amount, plus labour, plus skips, and everything else. And long story short, we went to court, we defended it, but the judge saw straight through his claim and his story and dismissed the claim. And even though it was on the small claims track, the judge awarded us costs because the judge was of the view that this was a fraudulent claim. But for many businesses, the amount of dispute is just £20 or £30 or thereabouts, and the business doesn't have the time and the energy to go chasing after these small payments. But these small payments do add up, so when people do raise these fraudulent claims, it seriously harms businesses, especially small businesses, because they really do depend and survive on each and every sale. So when just 2 or 3 customers raise a fraudulent dispute like this, it has a serious impact on that business and its profitability. So if ever you've thought of doing something like this and you think it's innocent, please don't do it, not only because it harms the business, but it is actually fraud and you could get prosecuted and you could end up going to prison for it. So I hope this is being entertaining as well as educational. Please do make sure you like the video and subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching.